we'll start on his first album, Get Rich or Die Trying, which is all-time great album. So my first question to you guys is, what is your favorite song on the album?
Mine's in the club.
Okay,
that's my favorite. 100. It's a banger. You hear that? You hear that on the dance floor? That's it.
I think for me personally, it's between Many Men and If I Can't. Those are my two favorites from the album.
Many Man is quite good actually.
Anyone who knows me knows that my love for Many Men is a madness. It's one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. So for me, it's Many Men.
Instrumental Many Men is so.
But sick. I think that's his best. Well, okay, we'll talk about what we think is his best album. But for me, his first album was his best album.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you've got In the Club, you've got Many Man, you've got Pimp, like 21 Questions.
Yeah, that's my favorite. 21 Questions.
Like the melodic song,
melodic.
Yes, that's the word. Melodic songs.
Yeah. Nate Dogg came hard in that one as well. Yeah.
Fair enough. And the fun fact about Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the biggest selling rap albums of all time. 6 times platinum, you know, and it birthed so many people into the game, such as The Game, Young Jeezy, Rick Ross. Admittedly, he had beef with 2 of them, but that's beside the point.
Yes, beef. He's got beef with everybody at some point.
It's true. We'll
get on to beef with everyone at some point. Look at Gucci Mane. Should we talk about that?
Oh, what, with Jeezy?
Yeah.
We can get onto that on a later stage. I'm still shocked them 2 did a verses together, but that's beside the point.
I'm surprised one of them didn't get shot during that, you know?
It's very true. And this birthed a sound, really, if you think about it. Well, it didn't really birth a sound, but it made the sound, how do I say this?
Mainstream.
Yeah, it mainstreamed gangster rap, really, if you think about it.
Because, I mean, even before 50 Cent became a household name, gangster rap was a thing, but it was like mixtapes that you found on the streets of Queens and any other like hood neighborhood, right? It never really made mainstream. Like that's the thing with the music industry. Like Rihanna put a song out and made reggae mainstream, a bit more mainstream post what's his name, Bob Marley. Like she made it more popular again with one of her songs, Man Down. So like it's really like it's like really interesting how the music industry works. Everything is done, well, especially nowadays, everything's done on trends. If your sound is trendy at the time, then you're set for life.
Yes.
Type of thing.
It depends what you classify as mainstream, to be honest, because for example, gangster rap was something that was heard for like black people a lot of the time. So there's always like NWA, who else? Tupac,
Biggie.
Everyone was listening to them, but when you say mainstream, it's more catered towards a white audience.
Yeah.
So you could say that they were always been popular, but it depends what culture or where you're from, really.
Yeah, so it made it more palatable to the white folks of our world, really, if you think about it.
I mean, yes and no, to me.
Continue.
Because like even if you think about the UK radio, right? That's how we get that's how we used to get most of our music before YouTube and Spotify, right? I don't remember hearing a lot of 50 Cent's music on the radio. If you think back, I mean, obviously it was a while ago and we were quite young. I still don't remember hearing 50 Cent on the radio, especially this album that we're talking about.
Yeah, I think you may have.
Because I even asked my dad about it. I was like, well, you know, back in 2003, what did they play his music? In England? No, you had to buy his CD. Oh, okay. But I didn't hear him on the radio.
I think the Massacre was probably played more here, because I do remember hearing more tracks like why is my phone frozen? Anyway, more of the songs on Massacre, my phone has now decided to crash. But I'm pretty sure I heard more of the Massacre on radio than I did Get Rich, Get Rich.
What, like
Die
Candy
Trying.
Shop,
Yeah.
Disco Inferno, just a little bit.
Oh, Candy Shop.
Control.
But I also think in 2005, though, more Black people were getting recognition.
Yeah. And music was changing at that point, because by the mid 2000s, you had, at that point it was Kanye West versus 50 Cent at that point, and admittedly 50 Cent did lose that battle because Graduation, obviously, it was the better album. Let's face it, but it goes to show you how far music has come. When it wasn't really that many Black artists that were getting their recognition out back then, but now you see nowadays, majority of our favorite artists are Black. Let's face it, like
yeah. But I think there's also been a there's more divide between the genres, right? Because pop is pop and rap is
what you say now
separate.
back then.
It's not mixed and jumbled into one, because before rap and there wasn't an urban category, there was just pop, right? And there was country, and then they put everything into pop, or they classified everything into pop. Urban wasn't a separate genre at that time. No, if you're thinking early 2000s,
I think urban's always been around.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think urban's always been around.
It wasn't defined as what we think urban is, right?
No, I think urban's always been like, is whatever Black people listen to.
Yeah, but I think nowadays it's more differentiated, because obviously,
now rap is a separate category, right?
It's because rap is more popular than pop.
Depends who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Pop still wins more awards than rap does.
Unfortunately, so as we saw at the Grammys.
The Grammys has been a joke for time.
Oh, we digress from the Grammys. So what do you think is 50 Cent's best album then? Would you all say is Get Rich or Die Trying?
For me, it is.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying. That's the only one I really listen to be fair.
Yeah. Same here.
Because admittedly, I haven't really listened to anything of his
recently.
2016.
2016, you're a better person than me.
Yeah, that's
Listen, I listened to Get Rich or Die Trying, The Massacre. Maybe on a good day I'll listen to Curtis, and that's it. I don't really listen to modern 50 Cent because I don't really like modern 50 Cent music. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the theme tune to Power. That's cold, but apart from that, get me back to old school 50 Cent.
But I could say that about most artists, though. I like the 2000s.
I agree with that one.
Because like now, music sounds the same. Even if you look at, pop, everyone sounds the same. But rap is following the same suit to me.
That's because music is more easily accessible.
Yeah.
So everyone's trying to make the same song as quickly as they can.
Yeah,
so whenever NSG make a song, 5 other people are going to try and make the same song. So I see what you're saying when every song sounds the same, but also the lifespan of a song is much shorter than it was many years ago. Before you could drop an album and you could wait 2 or 3 years before you drop the next one. Now you drop a song, number 1 in the charts for a week, and then it's gone the next day. So that's why everything it's repeatedly quick compared to everything else like it was 10 years ago
Yeah.
or 20 years ago.
Yeah, music's more easily accessible now. So once you hear a song so many times, you're gonna think, "Nah, I'm tired of the song. Let's move on to the next song." So and we live in a copycat world. So once people realize one thing is popular and it works, they're just gonna keep rinse and repeat until they find something else that works and rinse and repeat that. So that does cause music to sound the same, but that's unfortunately the world we live in.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think also record labels want people to have a certain sound, and it's very hard for you to like come out of that sound as well, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to switch genres
It's like-
because of your record label. That's why a lot of artists have also gone independent as well.
Like once they realize a sound and a style work for you, they don't really want you to deviate from that because A, it works and B, is making them money, and that's really all they care about.
All
So
about the numbers.
it's a numbers game. Word to Bruno Fernandez, but we digress. But yeah, we'll move off to his music. I will move on to the meaty bit of the podcast, which is about his feuds.